Good evening and happy Monday to you. Welcome to FSU Weather. I'm Daniel McFarland.
And I'm student meteorologist Cora Arroyo.
And, well, today was a holiday, believe it or not. It was Groundhog's Day, wasn't it?
It was. It's one of my favorite holidays because it's very interesting to see how many people believe a rodent.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. All these people believe that if this groundhog comes out of the ground and sees its shadow, that we have more winter. So apparently this little groundhog is like a god who controls the weather.
He's not so
He's
little.
Thor.
Have you seen him? The fat just kind of rolls over the people's hands who pull him out. Like, he's a big guy. Punxsutawney Phil is a big guy. But, you know, as a meteorologist, a fellow meteorologist, we love to support our furry friends. And, you know, today's his day. And he does a lot. You know, he gets to sleep all year just for one day and predict his forecast. He spends all year working on it. So, you know, props to him, and he has the guts to go out there every single year.
Yeah, you know, a fun fact about him is that, you know, he does do predicting weather. Guess what the percentage is?
What?
He's 39% right as far as, like, the way the weather goes after February.
I guess, I mean, that's not so bad.
Yeah, it's about the same as the rest of us, isn't it?
I guess so. So I guess the rat does have some leverage over us. I mean, he's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like this...
In a fat woodchuck kind of way.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. But can you believe they've done this for 119 years now? That's crazy, isn't it?
How many Punxsutawney Phils have there been?
Jeez, I bet you there's only been one. Because remember, he's Thor. He controls the weather. I'm sure he can live longer than 119 years, please.
Yes, and you know, speaking of weather and what we have today, look at what we had outside. 66 degrees, and of course our low 56 as well. And, you know, that brings us about average, a little warmer than for our low. And that's actually really nice because even though the groundhog predicted six more weeks of winter, I'm predicting 6 more weeks of Florida weather that we'll have here today. So I'm very happy about that. And as we glimpse ahead into the next part of the week, we have rain coming in on Wednesday, and that's going to be kind of lingering on Thursday during the day. But Thursday afternoon, that's going to start to clear out. And then we have our next rain system coming in on Sunday. So make sure you tune into FSU Weather for that, as we'll have all the information you need. And looking outside right now, tonight, 33 degrees. It's going to be a chilly one, so make sure you have your jacket. And of course, clear skies, so you can actually see some stars out there. I saw them a couple days ago, and it was like a nice reminder. I'm a bit of a stargazer, so it was nice to see some stars outside. And of course, winds are going to be from the north, so it's going to be a cold wind. So when you feel that little breeze, you're going to want that windbreaker with you. And so we're going to go back to the desk, and we're going to be mentioning all sorts of stuff about this awesome football game last night. I know somebody called this game yesterday. I'm not going to say who. And then somebody else called for someone else to win.
Yeah, that's right. Last Thursday, we also did desk together, and we did talk about the Super Bowl. And, yeah, so you won that one. I guess that's Seahawks.
The vengeance against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
It's been several years in the making, but I finally got my revenge.
Well, I hope next time you take a sandwich to the beach, another Seahawk steals it.
Well, that's okay. I'll have Tom Brady to win the next Super Bowl.
Well, that's funny. There you go. Well, long time till football for pro and for college, too.
Yes, it is. But, you know, there's plenty of spring sports out there that keep us busy in between football season. We have baseball kicking up. We have softball kicking up. And, of course, we have sand volleyball. But before we talk about that, we're going to send things off to Paxton with our local.
Thank you, guys. I'm quite excited. It's Groundhog's Day, too. But unfortunately, I'm not looking forward to 6 more weeks of winter. I'm looking forward to the 6 weeks of Florida weather. And we are not having that at all here in the Big Bend region, 53 in Tallahassee. And today it's been one of those backwards days where the high was in the morning, and it's just been continuously dropping off throughout the day. And then if we're looking at water vapor, you can see that we have the remains of the cold front pushing offshore. And we also have this dry pocket right here in the South Carolina, Georgia coast, bringing in the dry air, which is common when you have a cold front, and bringing in relief from the humidity. We do have the cold front, like I was saying, off the coast of Georgia and then north and South Carolina, and it's also connected to the low pressure system that is associated with all the snow and precipitation up in the New England area, and some showers off into the Atlantic as well. But here is the cold front, and it's just continuously moving down south. And as we go into tomorrow morning, we have high pressure, and it's mostly sunny skies Tuesday into Wednesday, but the chance of rain will increase Wednesday night going into Thursday when we have this other cold front moving on into our area, bringing in the rain chances and bringing back that umbrella and rain boot weather. But good news is it will be clearing up Thursday afternoon, and you could be basking in the sun again. For tonight's going to be 33, mostly clear skies. And the conditions, they are going to be chilly, so make sure you do bring your scarves with you, and make sure you do bring your winter coat as well, because it's not great temperatures to go in your shorts and dresses out tonight. And then tomorrow is going to be a nice, cool 64 degrees, patchy frost in the morning before 8 a.m., and then you're going to have sunny skies as well. So again, it's going to be beautiful tomorrow, nothing like today, and it's going to be a little bit more mild throughout the day tomorrow due to that sun. And also, when you can see the frost in the morning, you might think you live in New England or New York or one of those cold states, but you're in Florida. And then for the 7-day forecast, you can see Tuesday, like I was saying, it's going to be nice. And then going to Wednesday and Thursday, that's when the passage of that cold front is coming through, making our rain chances in the 50s to 40%. But our low will be the cold on 33 on Tuesday, 40 on Wednesday, and then on Thursday it's going to be 35. But Friday and Saturday is going to be nice and sunny. Sunday, rain chances pick up a little bit. You're going to have some clouds Monday, and that's when your next frontal system will be coming through. But just check out those low temperatures. Just make sure you do bring your jackets with you, especially in the morning hours and the nighttime hours. But during the day, it's going to be beautiful outside, and it's going to just be nice and sunny. And Josh could probably tell you a little bit more off in the southeast.
Absolutely, I can. Absolutely. And happy Groundhog Day to all of you as well back at home. And today was just one of those possibly classic patterns we see with cold fronts. You go to bed the night before, it's muggy, rainy, and the next day you wake up and it's whole new day, sunshine and chilly weather as a cold front punches right through. So let's take a look. 53 right now in Tallahassee and tanking. We'll be in the 30s overnight tonight. 42 in Montgomery, so it's much colder up north where they had the front move through overnight, whereas we had it this morning. So a little bit more time to get colder. 37 in Atlanta, 39 in Little Rock as well. So again, much colder. Look at the 24-hour temperature change. Much of the southeast. Look at all the southeast. Definitely much colder than it was this time yesterday. So again, that cold front's really made an impact. And I was looking earlier, Tampa had their high temperature of 71 this morning at 11:30. So technically, from Tampa northward, all cities in North Florida had their low temperature this morning, their high temperature this morning, and all the temperatures have been tanking throughout the day today. So that's a pretty strong cold front, pretty almost normal for this time of year actually. So we'll see 30s overnight tonight, nothing too crazy. Here's the radar look. Much clearer now across the Sunshine State. So you got clouds over South Florida. The front with the precipitation didn't reach too far down into South Florida. But as you can see early this morning, plenty of rain to talk about here. We had some heavy rainfall at times, but now that's long gone. Not a cloud in the sky. If you're out there, crystal clear skies, chilly, but crystal clear. So we had 0.3 of an inch of rain this morning. That's after midnight, but before that 10 o'clock a.m. period where everything started to move out, much higher rainfall rates up in the Carolinas and northern Georgia. For tonight, 26 in Atlanta, hard freeze conditions we're talking about there. 27 in Montgomery, 27 up in Wilmington, North Carolina, and of course we'll be right near freezing tonight. It'll be close. But again, that wind is going to be a major factor. How soon does the wind die down? That's going to be a big factor. You have more wind, you're going to stay a little bit warmer, quote, quote. So upper 30s is what we're talking about. But you have less wind, you can start to cool down a lot faster. So we'll watch that 32 for tonight. For tomorrow, more sunshine. Plenty of sunshine to go around tomorrow. 58 in Tallahassee, 66 in Orlando, 70s across southern Florida. Ooh, I'm jealous there. That's beautiful weather down there. A little chilly in Tallahassee, but we'll take it. We'll take it. 52 in Atlanta and 55 in Savannah and 50 in Wilmington. So 50s across the board across much of the southeast for tomorrow. Right now we're going to send it back to the desk.
Thank you so much, Josh. Well, this week's the start of Weather Safety Week, and today for Monday we're going to do lightning. And I know you're going to do emergency management maybe after college, correct?
Yeah, I mean, that's an option, but yeah, we were mentioning lightning safety, and you know, Florida is the lightning capital of the United States. Like, especially the Tampa area, Central Florida, it's like a bullseye for the most lightning-related deaths in the entire country.
That's interesting. So what are some precautions we can take as far as like when lightning comes in our area?
Well, we have what we call the 30-30 rule, and it's if you hear a bolt of lightning or see a bolt of lightning and hear thunder in less than 30 seconds, you go inside and then you stay inside until 30 minutes after you hear the last roar of thunder. So
it's kind of like when you go to the pool and you can't swim after 30 minutes after eating.
Exactly.
It's kind of like the exact same thing as that.
Yes, and it's only when the sky has a tummy ache. So when he has a tummy ache, you can't go outside.
I gotcha.
So
So-
that's lightning safety. And of course, all throughout this week, our weathercast will be bringing you all sorts of lightning or severe weather safety out there. But right now, we're going to send things off to Jay with the National.
Yes, here we go, Coral. Right here, current conditions, you're seeing 33 in Memphis, 37 in Atlanta, 53 in Tallahassee. We're kind of a little more a warm spot, but Phoenix takes the cake with 73 for Phoenix. So again, it's quite a warm one for the south, but most of the northern states, they're seeing a cold blast going straight through the northern states. We're going to take a look at the higher temperatures today. We're going to take a look. 58 in New Orleans, 51 in San Antonio. But again, Phoenix has the highest with 73. Very jealous of them. I want to see a lot more higher temperatures, but I might be seeing a little more of a warm up like Phoenix later on into next week. But I'll take a little more closer look at that a little bit later. 24-hour temperatures, we have some big drops and some big gains for most of the temperature. We're going to start off with Denver being the highest for 28 degrees of a rise, 11 for Billings. But for most of the southern states, you're seeing a little more of a drop down. Negative 22 for New Orleans for the 24-hour temperature change. That's in 24 hours. Been a lot of temperature drops for most of the south. Radar right now, there's been a lot more radar. Nothing more in the center, but we are seeing a lot more action over here in the western coast and as well as the eastern coast as well. So we're going to take a little more zoomed in look on what's happening with the east coast at the moment. We saw a lot of rain here for the area late last night, early this morning. That's because of this front that came roaring through our area for the east coast. We're zooming in a little bit more about a little more in New England states as well as North and South Carolina. There you see a lot of rain in the area. That has now moved out, so you can see a lot more sunshine later on into today and as well as some moon and stars tonight. For the airport delays, you're seeing 314 minutes in New York because that's because of all the snow that's going in the area as well because of the front that came through. Detroit is the same thing. You're seeing 58. Not much of a delay, but there is a slight delay for your area. For satellite radar, we're going to take a look at the western frontier. You're going to see a lot of rain in the area. That has been a lot of rain that's associated with the front that's coming in later on into our area a little bit later on. But again, we'll take a little more about that later on in the week. So on our forecast here, you're seeing 51 in Memphis, 53 in New Orleans, 52 in Atlanta. So quite a sunny one for most of the southern states. We are seeing 47 in San Antonio and 53 in New Orleans, like I said before. Going to tomorrow, you're going to see a lot more of a warm-up across the southern states. So again, not much rain, but a lot more sunshine. Let's take it over now with a little look around Coral.
Thanks, Jay. Now, I mentioned this earlier as we were talking about it. We do have a front coming in on Wednesday, and that's going to be bringing us rain all the way until Thursday evening. Then that's going to start to clear out. You're still going to see some clouds on Friday, but Friday should be an overall sunny day, and of course, you get to enjoy Saturday. But I'm afraid it's not going to be such a sunny Sunday. We're going to have our next system come through, and that'll be our next chance of rain. So make sure you tune into 4FSU for all your weather information for that. But as we continue on, you can see current temperatures across the area. 53 degrees in Tallahassee, 53 in Monticello, 50 in Thomasville. So 50s across the area, which is a little bit above normal for us for our low temperatures this time of year, which is nice because I don't believe in winter. I hate the cold. And I'm going to go against Punxsutawney Phil on this one. He may be my rodent friend, but I'm going to disagree with him on this one and call for an earlier spring for most of us. And as you look on the satellite radar, you can see water vapor. This is the front that we had this morning. It brought a little rain. Got my bike wet, had to deal with that because I was not prepared for the rain. And you can see there's that dry air. You can see our clouds starting to move out. And of course, the sky is starting to clear. So all that is going to be very nice. And that is because we do have this system going through as well. There we go. There's that low pressure system. That's bringing snow right now into the New England area, and that's piling on more snow where they really don't need it. They have snow drifts up to 40 feet. Cars are still stuck under snow. They're dealing with a lot up there, and of course, this is just another punch to the face for them, and they have to deal with that. And you can see the cold front we were dealing with is tied into that. That's only going to feed into it. But when we put this in motion, we have a little high pressure system coming through, bringing us a nice break in the clouds and stuff for Tuesday. So enjoy it tomorrow because Wednesday we are going to have that cold front come through. And there it is right there across the southeast. That's going to be moving down towards our area by Wednesday. So expect to see an increase in clouds as you head on through the day in the next few days. And of course, Wednesday is going to be a bit of a rainy one. So make sure you have your umbrella and rain jacket packed in your car, ready to go just for that. And of course, that'll be moving on through Thursday and clearing out by Friday, and so it'll be a wonderful weekend. But out on the beach right now, we have winds out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. a bit of a chilly wind, surf 2 to 3 feet, so I wouldn't recommend going in the water. It's a bit too cold for that. But we do have a special warning out there for all our maritime friends out there in Carabel. Small craft advisory out until 10 p.m. tonight. We have pretty strong winds and, of course, seas a bit high. So it's not too safe for those little boats out there. Make sure you exercise caution if you're out at all. Make sure you pay attention to that. And, of course, we'll always have your weather updates for all your sea travels. I wish I could go sailing. I don't have that skill. But tonight we can see temperatures getting down in the 30s. I don't like this number. It's so cold. Tonight will be clear, so if you're out stargazing or going for a jog, make sure you wear layers. And, of course, that wind, you're definitely going to want that windbreaker to prevent that wind chill from really getting at you. And for tomorrow, we go back right into the 60s. That'll be nice. Sunny skies. Wind's a little lighter, so it's not going to be as breezy as we felt today. And as we head into the 7-day, you can see next beautiful day is tomorrow, but Wednesday and Thursday we do have that rain chance coming in, clearing out just in time for the weekend, but our next front will be coming on Sunday. So I'm going to send it back to the boys on the desk. What news do you have for us?
Well, Coral, you're always charismatic as always, and you had another electrifying performance once again for your electrifying local.
Yeah, electrifying, that's the key word there because it is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and today we're talking about lightning.
Yes, you might want to hide your bats, hide your tennis rackets, and of course, definitely hide your golf clubs. Metal objects in your hand can strike very easily.
And we're also going to start debunking a couple myths here, and the first myth is heat lightning.
Yes, if you lay flat on the ground, you're more susceptible to get hit by lightning, despite what most locals think.
And also, heat lightning, one of the big things that people think happens here in Florida, light travels further and faster than sound, so at night you can see that lightning in distant thunderstorms.
Yeah, which is also why you don't hear much thunder as you would during the day as well.
Absolutely, and as he said, lying flat on the ground, just get to a safe house if you hear lightning. Get somewhere safe, and really not outside's the place to be. But for now, we're going to take another tour around Florida because the weather in Florida, ever since that frontal passage, is looking quite amazing out there. Just a couple clouds in portions of South Florida from where that front passed a little bit earlier, but let's look at that 24-hour temperature change once again, as Josh was talking about a little bit earlier, because you can see right here, cutting across the state, is right where that cold front is. The cold front's not very strong moving on down into the peninsula, but up here in Tallahassee, look at that 9-degree temperature change. You're feeling it outside, along with those winds as well. But exactly what are we looking at in terms of temperatures right now? Well, here's what we got. 53 degrees here in Tallahassee. It's feeling quite beautiful out there, and the winds are picking up and blowing a few people away, and it feels a lot cooler. Down the peninsula we go, 76 down in Miami, 75 in West Palm Beach, and down further in front of that cold front, it's feeling a lot warmer and a lot more like sunny South Florida. But up here, we're feeling pretty comfortable. So here's what we got going on satellite and radar. We saw that front pass right through, brought a couple of early morning lightning strikes in the Tampa area as we're talking about lightning, but ever since then it has died on out, and those clouds are just still hanging around South Florida just a bit. But up here in Tallahassee, it has pushed on through and left us with beautiful sunny skies. Zooming in just a little bit closer, look at this. There's nothing there. Clouds are moved out. The rain and the bad day we had yesterday has now pushed on out of the area, and we're talking really clear skies out there. But let's take a look at what's going to happen tonight, because tonight we're going to hit that freezing mark here in Tallahassee. So get those jackets, get those coats ready, because it's going to be another cold one here tonight around the Big Bend. But going down the peninsula again, you see it warms up quite nicely. 60s down in Miami. That's one thing that I do miss. I love the cold weather and I love the Tallahassee area, but this is a bit cold for me. Into tomorrow, we're looking really just a beautiful day. This is going to be our last beautiful day until our transition day, which is coming on Wednesday and into Thursday. So 58 degrees here in Tallahassee, 57 in Jacksonville, and look at all these suns. All over the place, we see lots of suns across the entire state of Florida. But that will be changing later on in the week. So don't put those umbrellas too deep in your closet just yet, because you're going to need them later on Wednesday and into Thursday. So that's tomorrow down in Miami. You're looking beautiful once again, but let's get into tomorrow night, because those temperatures are going to tank once more. 37 here in Tallahassee, not as cold as what we were talking about tonight, but cold nonetheless for me. 40 degrees in Jacksonville, same in Pensacola, you're 40 degrees there as well. And one thing that I do want to mention that we don't see here on the map is those winds. Those winds are causing a lot of rip currents in coastal areas of Florida, especially down in South Florida. So if you are caught in a rip current, be sure to swim parallel to the shore, because well, you'll get caught in it, and if you're especially on non-guarded beach, it could be an issue. Or just don't go in the water at all. So that's tomorrow night's forecast. I'll let you take a look at that map once again, because get those jackets ready and keep those umbrellas around, because, well, Paxton, we're going to be talking a little bit more about winter, right?
Yes, we definitely are. Winter weather, something we don't have to worry about down here in Florida, but in the New England area and in the northern states, you definitely have to, since they are experiencing very cold temperatures. We have 12 in Boston, 14 in Detroit, 13 in Minneapolis. But look down here in Florida, we have 76 in Miami, so you could definitely see these strong temperature contrasts that the continental United States is experiencing right now. For our 24-hour temperature change, you could look how Denver is 28 degrees warmer this time today than it was yesterday. But if you look along the East Coast, you can see all these negatives, and you can definitely see where this cold front passed through and all the cold Arctic air and behind it. But again, in Miami, it's the nice warm spot down here in Florida, 5 degrees warmer. So you can see all this snowfall. We have some heavy snowfall in this area, but we also have some mixtures of sleet up here and in the New York area. But it was just mostly all snowfall, and it's almost a foot of snow, which is hard to believe since they just had all the snow a few days ago. Again, if you look at all the winter weather, you can see that it's mostly snow in this area, and then you can see the bands of rain down here, and then you can see the sleet in between it, which is common. You have sleet between rain and snow, which is just a mixture of the both of them. Zooming in for a closer look, again, all this snow covering New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, all these states in New England experiencing all this snowfall. They're probably used to it by now. They're already stocked up from last week when they had that big winter event down there. For today's highs, you can see 19 in Detroit, 36 in Memphis, and then again in Florida, 66 in Tallahassee. So again, you could definitely see where this cold front has been, where it's been lying around, and you can definitely see where it's passed and then where it's not at. And then again on the West Coast, it's nice and comfortable out there. 62 in San Francisco, 50 in Seattle. Beautiful temperatures out there. For the current wind chill, these temperatures are a lot colder than what the current temperature is. 2 degrees in Detroit, -4 in Boston. And again, no surprise here. Nice little Miami over here, 76. And nothing too great out there today. But for future cast, it is going to be picking back up. We have the cool temperatures, and as we go on into tonight and into tomorrow morning, you can see that these temperatures drop very low, 35 in New Orleans, and we're also going to have some frost going on into tomorrow morning in Tallahassee. But those temperatures will be picking up back again going into Wednesday. But again, a front will be passing Wednesday into Thursday, bringing in some more rain and some cooler temperatures after that as well. And then for today's almanac, in Tallahassee, 66. But you know what? We're just going to hand this on over to Matt and Jay for one other update.
All right, thank you so much, Paxton. It was really good to see, well, the sunny skies here in Florida, but not so much for the Northeast.
Oh, yeah, the Northeast seeing a lot more snow cover, like we said in our national forecast, seeing a lot more delays with New York and Boston.
Absolutely. Call your travel agent ahead of time if you do plan on flying to anywhere in the Northeast, because snow is falling, and it's been falling for quite some time now, and that's definitely an issue that they have up there.
Yes, indeed, and especially with another front coming in on Wednesday, at least for us anyways, that might be affecting their travel delays as well.
Absolutely, and some precautionary measures that you could take in a blizzard up in the Northeast if you are heading up there as well. Stay off the roads.
Yes, indeed. Remember, those ice roads can be quite slick, so again, staying off the roads would be the wisest idea to do if it's covered in ice.
Absolutely. If you see ice, turn around. If you see water, turn around, don't drown. It's all a lot of the same thing. Just seek shelter inside if you do find yourself in that situation. But for now, we're going to throw it out to Daniel to talk about the sunshine here in the Sunshine State.
That's right, guys. We do have a little bit more sunshine before the rain comes in on Wednesday and Thursday. But here's our temperatures right now around our area. You see right now 53 in Tallahassee. But as you heard from Paxton, there's a lot of wind chill all over the country right now. We're feeling it too. If you were out there today, you felt winds up to 15, some even up to 20 miles an hour. So it felt a lot cooler than that. I know I was walking with my roommate back, and he dressed up in shorts. And we were walking from the Love Building all the way to one of the garages, and he was miserable going that far. Well, here's the 24-hour temperature change. You see, we're down 9 degrees from where we were yesterday. And you also see that Valdosta is the big winner here at -17 from where they were yesterday. That is a huge change over just 24 hours. And here's a look at your satellite radar. Like Paxton was talking about earlier, the Northeast just getting hammered with more and more snow. This is unbelievable. They've had a terrible season for that. And you see this front that has passed us has moved on through and is just about in the Gulf for our entire area. And there's a little system down there in South Texas, but as far as national goes, that's about all we got there. Well, looking back home, a little bit closer at this front that passed, you see it's going to go behind me, but it did come through, and we didn't get as much rain as we thought. We thought we would have a lot more this morning, but it stopped right around 6:30 this morning, so that's real good news for us, but it was really bad last night. If you took a break from watching the Super Bowl, you looked outside, it was just pouring. It was absolutely ridiculous amount of rain. Well, here's the water vapor imagery from that storm. You see all that dry air behind it, but if you look all the way to the other side, you do see some more coming in, and that's what's going to happen over the next few days, and we do have that front moving through on Wednesday. Well, here's a look at the futurecast. What's going to happen? I'm going to step off so you can take a quick look at this. We're going to have the high pressure moving on through. We'll have sunny Tuesday, which is good news, but unfortunately, that wind will still be there, and the temperatures will not be so great. But as we move, you'll see that we have another front passing on through on Tuesday and into Wednesday. We will unfortunately have that rain coming back, but thankfully, it will all be gone after then. And we're going to go ahead, though, and move on to tonight's forecast. We have 33 degrees. Not my cup of tea either, Matt. I know you were talking about earlier how you said you're from South Florida and you don't like this, you want to go back home. Well, I'm the same way. I'm not from South Florida, but still, it's ridiculously cold here for us. And the whole area is seeing all about the same temperatures, about mid-30s. So you might want to cover up the plants, even though it's not a freeze warning. There's still potential it could get lower than 33, and we could see some chance of freezing there. Well, tomorrow's high here about 58, sunny skies, good thing. Wind is dying down 5 miles an hour, big drop from earlier. Go ahead and look at our 7-day forecast just to wrap things up. Wednesday and Thursday, like you've heard all day, are your big days for rain, and the weekend is looking a little bit chilly with highs in the 50s, but Saturday's going to be back up close to 70. Back to you, Matt and Jay.
Mr. Dan the Man always bringing the sunshine with his forecast.
That's right. It's good to see the sunshine out there again, and it's going to be sticking around for the next couple days.
Yes, at least tomorrow anyways, because on Wednesday we're supposed to see a little more rain coming into our area.
Just a little bit more rain, and we're going to see that later on in the shows coming up this week, so keep that umbrella handy. But how you liking the weather today, Jay?
The weather was started off pretty gloomy though, because I had a class at 8 a.m. in the morning. I was not looking forward to it. I walk outside and I get drenched.
Oh, wow.
Just lovely.
That sounds like the story from a lot of people walking across campus, especially yesterday. The rain actually caught me a little bit by surprise yesterday.
Yes, it did. I had to take a Spanish test this morning, and it was muy mal.
Muy mal. I like that one. And take a look at this. I like the 7-day forecast as well, except for Wednesday and Thursday. That's when we see those rain chances creep up just a little bit.
But then Friday and Saturday, you're seeing a lot more sunshine in the area, and temperatures do rise back up again, and as well as Sunday and into Monday.
Yep, absolutely. It's feeling a bit seasonable here. Keep those jackets around. And one other thing we want to tell people about is social media.
Yes, you can always like us on Facebook, follow our lovely faces on Twitter, and you can always see our smiling, glamorous faces on livestream.com/FSU Weather.
Absolutely. And if you're heading out to the SLC tonight to see into the storm, we'll have members from the North Florida American Meteorological Society out there answering all your questions about Severe Weather Week.
Yes, but for now, I'm student meteorologist Jay Kimball.
And I'm student meteorologist Matthew Reagan.
Have a great night, Knowles, and stay safe.
See ya.